Sportowe emocje pod koszem zapewnia Anwil, sponsor strategiczny klubu.
116 Cherokee, pop culture hero, state champion, verdigris, grown up, and the Anwil Włocławek player. Rotnei Clarke. Hello, Rotnei.
Hello.
Can you say hello in Polish?
Cześć.
Cześć. That's the only thing you can say in our language?
So far, yes. Hopefully my vocabulary gets bigger as we go on.
Maybe when your family will come.
Hopefully,
your kids will catch it sooner, quicker.
Yeah.
But it's not about languages, your skills in languages. It will be about you, not only as a basketball player, but also as a person, because I think you attract a lot of fans' attention, and it will be good when we can reveal some facts from your biography. And the first is this Cherokee origins, 116 Cherokee, Rotnei Clarke. What does it mean?
Just that I'm 1/16th Native American Cherokee Indian. Where I'm from, where I grew up in Oklahoma, there's a lot of Indians and Native Americans, and still there today. And so yeah, I'm 1/16th. I think it's on the bloodline, it's my dad's parents, so my great grandparents.
Your dad's parents. Okay,
yep.
So you have to get back into the 19th century, probably.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Way down there.
Have you done some research about your family core or things like this before?
No, I haven't. I really haven't done much, but I do need to get on that. That's something that could be very interesting to figure out the bloodline.
What does it mean that you were that's the extract from your biography I found somewhere on the internet, pop culture hero in high school?
You know, I don't know if I was pop culture hero, but I did.
It is what I found.
Yeah, whoever wrote that. You know, I did attract a lot of attention in high school, being at a young age. You know, my freshman year all the way up my 4 years in high school, I was able to set the state scoring record, the all-time scoring record, so that drew a lot of attention. And our team that I played for was always really good. We were either ranked #1 or #2 in the state every single year, so that got a lot of attention. And then I was getting recruited by colleges, so we had a lot of people come to our games. You know, there were a lot of people that just followed our team around just to watch games. So it was a cool atmosphere, and I felt very blessed. It was cool to be a part of for that 4 years of my high school career.
Were you popular as a player during the time? As a young kid.
Yeah, I mean, and I had to adapt, you know, to getting a lot of attention early, just because, you know, after the first 2 years, people were kind of talking, oh, he might break the record, he might break the scoring record, and so that drew a lot of attention. I had to kind of learn how to be humble and not let things get ahead of me, and just think about in the moment, and you know, so yeah.
And finally, eventually, you broke that record.
I did, yeah.
By how big a margin?
It probably ended up being a couple hundred points.
Couple hundred points.
Yeah.
Something. Has it remained?
Yeah, it's still there to this day. So, yeah.
Wow.
So that was I think it was. I broke it in 2008, and the record was broke before me was in 1989. So it was there a long time. You know.
Do you remember this record by heart right now?
What's that?
Yeah. Do you remember the record?
Not exactly. I mean, it was like
we have to put the line here in the
It was
video.
like 3,700 something, but I don't know to the exact point.
So it matters for you, but not so big matter, because if you don't know the exact record.
Yeah, for me it really wasn't the priority. You know, winning, you know, being a state champion and winning a championship for my team was the most important thing at that point. And if the record came, you know, during that time, that'd be great. But if it didn't, I was more focused on winning a championship. So, but we got both, so that was good.
That state championship.
Yeah, yeah.
Is it one of the biggest success in your? It wasn't professional career at that moment.
No, I was still a young kid.
When we put it together, your pre-professional career, you know, the previous times before high school, college, and professional part.
Yeah.
When you put it all, every single piece together.
You know, the pre-professional, yeah, that was for sure my biggest accolade, was being able to win a championship. And then, you know, being a professional, it's about winning. And for me, accolades, you know, if you win, accolades come after. Like, those things kind of take care of themselves. That winning is the most important thing, and you know,
winning every single game.
Right. Yeah. And if you get awards and stuff through through that process, great. But you know, winning is the most important.
I also found some kind of words like there was a game when you had 65 points and you were removed of the floor by your coach.
Yeah.
Because of due to some kind of safety issues. Can you reveal what was going on? What was going on?
Yeah. So during my final year, people knew.
It's still about high school.
Yes.
Time.
Yes. This is I was 17 years old. So a good while ago. But you know, people were kind of knowing that I was probably going to break the record, and I would be playing against teams and I'd be scoring a lot of points, and you know, every now and then someone would try to make a dirty play or try and elbow me as I'm going up or try and hurt me physically, hurt you. Yes,
on purpose.
Yes, on purpose, intentionally.
Okay.
So sometimes, you know, my coach would just, you know, it's getting a little crazy. We were going to win the game, so he'd just kind of take me out the last 5 or 6 minutes of the game just to make sure everything.
You're safe.
Yeah, just to get to the next game and don't.
How did you handle with this kind of situation? I'm not talking about this removal. I'm talking about this aggressiveness from the opponents.
Yeah, it prepared me. It really did, because I was, you know, even at that young of an age, I was having to go into every game being, you know, prepared, having my body prepared and mentally prepared, because usually when you're on the court and someone intentionally is trying to hurt you or trying to, you know, injure you, you could react certain ways to that. And I learned how to kind of keep my composure, not let someone get into my head, and just kind of focus on the task at hand, on the game, and just trying to win the game and not worry about, you know, if I let someone else get to me, that was me hurting my team. So I needed to stay focused and stay involved.
Was it hard to be in such a mental discipline?
Yeah, it was hard just because I was so young, you know. But like I said,
blood first. Blood first, not brain.
Yeah, for sure. But it prepared me for sure, and it got me ready for the college level, especially. I
know, because it's not a secret. You talk about this very in an open way, that you are a believer.
Yeah.
Were you a believer at the moment?
Yes, I was. I've been a believer. I asked. It's probably, I want to say at a very young age, probably 7 or 8 years old, where I finally kind of understood the concept of what it was, and you know, where I was able to kind of make my decision on my own. And so I've been a believer for a very long time.
This fact helped you in this mental discipline again, because we Christians, we cannot be against anybody else. For sure,
yeah. You know, because before games I would read scriptures from the Bible, and that would kind of get me in the mental state and you know, motivate me to handle myself in the right manner, to react in the right ways, because I knew little kids were watching, you know, people were looking up to me that were younger, and it was important for me to handle myself in the right way.
Tell something about this vertical. It's very small, very small. It's village or a city or town?
It's almost not, you know, if you drive through it for 2 minutes, you're already out of it. So there was like 2,000 people total, and it was kind of just the school, and we had a gas station, and that was about it. That was really about it. It was a very small town.
Are you a guy of success? Because, in Poland we say that when somebody is from a very small village or very small town and he's doing something successfully, it's something extraordinary, maybe not extraordinary, but something special. Can you treat yourself like
it's
this?
Still very special. I still have people to this day that are still supporting me from the town that I grew up in, that think it's cool that, you know, I was able to go from there and play at a very high level in college, and then now playing professionally. So it doesn't happen very often coming from a small school. But I still have a lot of support from my hometown for sure.
2,000 people only, less than capacity here in this our gym.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about.
It is crazy.
Yeah.
You moved away from the city for college, or it was before in high school?
For college.
For college.
Yep.
I also heard that you turned down a lot of offers from colleges.
Yeah, I did.
Famous colleges, basketball famous colleges like Gonzaga, Kentucky, Kansas.
Yep.
North Carolina as well. I'm reading right now.
Yeah.
But I also heard that you have more than 2,500 recruitment letters.
Yeah. Yeah, just some of them were from, you know, the same school, just continuing to send them. I had probably 30
there
to
were
40.
To 2,500
Not colleges.
schools, but
no.
colleges.
Yeah, I had like 40 Division I offers, though, so it's kind of a hard situation. In terms
How
of
to not go crazy in such a situation when you are so young, so young, and you are a star. Everyone talks about you.
It's very tough.
Everyone puts hope into you.
Yeah, very, very tough. Just, I mean, like I said, I had to deal with a lot of things at a young age that helped me and prepared me. But you know,
can you be more precise, more details? What does it mean?
Just with, you know, just going into every game, like we talked about with that situation, trying to compose myself, and then as a young kid having to deal with all these different colleges. And you know, it's one of the biggest decisions of your life. It's the biggest decision of your life at that point, because that decision is gonna, you know, that's where you're gonna be playing college basketball. You know, there's so many things that can happen from that decision, whether you go far away from home or whether you go close to home, or if you're gonna be able to play immediately. There's so many factors that go into, you know, choosing a school and wanting, you know, the coach, and just so many different things that you have to think about. And you know, it prepared me a lot to be able to make a decision like that. And honestly, I relied a lot on my faith and just trying to, you know, pray through the situation and try and figure it out. So it was a very tough decision. So.
But finally, you had to make it. You have to make it, and you chose Arkansas.
Yep, I did.
And what factors?
There were numerous factors. You know, a school like Kentucky or Kansas, I knew I probably wasn't going to be able to come in and have a major role, just because there's so many good players at those schools, and I knew it'd probably take a year or two maybe before I could find a big role at a school like that.
So big role was the number one.
Yeah,
right?
that was key. That was a big key for me, being able to play and make an immediate impact right when I got to school. And then the school.
Are you an impatient guy?
No,
I'm not. Where are you?
I'm not impatient. I just, you know, for me, I'd worked so hard, you know, to get to the point where I was at wanting to play Division I school, and you know, it would have been hard for me, I think, to go and have to, you know, sit and watch, considering my work ethic and how hard I just want to be out there. So, you know, I talked to the coaches a lot at every school that I talked to, and kind of got a feel for, okay, well, what's it looking like if I was to come in? You know, am I going to have a chance to start, or am I going to have a chance to play, or significant minutes, or what the case was? So that, and then the coach, I really trusted the coach. And I actually had family in Arkansas at the time. My grandma lived there, so that was there, and it was only about 2 hours from where I lived. So there was all these different factors that led to me going to Arkansas.
That was a good choice?
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, there was a lot of good things that came from there. I made a lot of relationships. I met my wife there at school, and
so that was the best choice.
Yeah, the best. Yeah. I'd get in trouble if I didn't say that was the best choice for me.
But after third year,
yep.
You decided to move away.
Yep.
And you chose Butter and the coach Brad Stevens.
Yes.
Because of him.
Yeah, my coach.
Because of him?
Yeah, my junior year, after my third year, my coach got fired, and they brought a new
coach. To
coach.
our Polish fans, junior year is the third year.
Third year, yes. So my third year, my coach got fired.
Yeah.
They brought a new coach in. It didn't work out. So.
But you mean a different system?
Different system. Yeah, different system. It was a coach that kind of never recruited me in high school.
Okay.
So like we didn't have really a relationship, and so that's when.
But you didn't take a decision immediately, right?
No, I tried it out. Yeah, I didn't want to just give up and move on. You know, I tried it out and stayed there a couple months for the summer, and just realized, you know, it just wasn't the right fit. And yeah, I made a decision to leave. And once Brad Stevens and Butler tried to get a hold of me, I was pretty excited about that, because I knew that
everyone will be excited.
Oh yeah, because they had just been to 2 national championship games, and he's known as, you know, one of the best coaches in the world to me. So yeah, it was a very good opportunity for me.
But you had to sit out for a whole year.
Yeah.
You've been how to say redshirt, right?
Yeah. So when you leave a school. Back then, the rules have changed a little bit now, but back when I played, you had to sit out that 1 year, and then you could play. So, but I used the year. I knew going was going to help me further my professional career, because I went from, you know, kind of being just a stand and shoot kind of catch and shoot kind of guy, and I kind of evolved my game into being more of a point guard, a more rounded player, and you know, working on all these things in the year that I had off. So, and I got my body ready, and I was in the best shape I'd ever been to get ready for the year that I was going to be able to play.
But this 1 year break between, you know, playing and not playing,
Yeah.
it's always hard, especially for the guy. As you said, your work ethic didn't let you be out of a game for a longer period of time.
Yeah, it was probably the hardest year of my life, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, because I could do everything. I could practice. Obviously, I was out in the gym all the time, putting extra work in, but I couldn't go to games. I couldn't travel with the team, and I couldn't play in the games. So
you couldn't even travel?
Couldn't even travel with the team, nope. So that was...
So just practice?
Just practice. That was it.
Okay.
Just practice, school, and, you know, extra work that I wanted to get in, you know, weight room, all that stuff.
A positive thing, you could be more focused on your school grades.
Yeah.
Did you improve them at the moment, maybe?
Yeah, really? I did. You know, I was able to improve in a lot of areas of my life, kind of outside of playing, just because when they were on the road, you know, for games, I had to stay at school, and I was working on that, and then I was working on extra parts of my game and getting into the weight room more and doing different things that helped me a lot in the end.
But also, I read somewhere when I was reading your biography that you were a good student generally. You didn't have any problems with your grades.
Yeah, I always had in high school, I was very good student. I made all the best grades you could make, and then college gets a little bit harder. But I worked very hard on. You know, I've always had good grades. So I've always tried hard.
What does it mean, good grades?
Because just to make it, scoring high, like on tests or papers that you have to write or do.
But in your educational system, the grades are, because the best grade is A?
A, B, yeah,
B,
it goes
C.
down to F is
F
fail.
is fail.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Right. So A or B?
Yeah, I had all A's. And in college, I was like A's, B's, maybe some C's, some average, some places, but decent for college.
So what was your favorite class in high school or college?
My favorite class was probably science.
Science.
Yeah, just because
science, a combination of physics, chemistry, biology.
Yeah, and then biology, like animals and things like that. I love animals, and so you know I was really into that.
And the most horrible?
Most math, probably. I'm very bad at math. I don't like math, and then yeah, it's probably the same.
So in your family, your wife teaches your kids when it comes to mathematics?
Yeah. You definitely don't want me teaching the kids about math.
Okay. Coming back to this college time and Brad Stevens relationship, can you say more about this guy? About how was your relationship look like, and how was it?
Yeah, obviously I was, like I said, I was very excited when he called me to want to bring me to Butler, and our relationship started off, you know, just trying to get to know each other, and because I had that year off, and he really made a point to involve me. Like, he would bring me in the office and he would talk to me about practice, and you know, try and ask for certain points for what I thought about practice. And during the games, he would give me a sheet to keep me involved, to write all the statistics, and you know, what did we do on this play? Did this play work? I'd have to like kind of. It was like a class for me to make sure I was paying attention, because I wasn't playing. Okay. So I'd be having to write all these different things down for him, and which was a way to keep me involved in the game. And
that was nice.
Yeah, it was very thoughtful. Yeah,
it was like an assistant role.
For sure. Yeah. So it helped me out a lot. You know, just staying focused on the game, even though I wasn't playing. And you know, everything that you hear about the guy is true. I mean, he's obviously a great coach. He's a great person. And he's a big family guy, I'm a big family guy, so him and I got along with that. Yeah, so he's a very very hard worker. He's a very good person.
Is it true that you ask him for a possibility to practice at night?
That is true.
Keys?
Yeah. Yeah. So when I got there at Arkansas, we had big facilities, like really nice facilities. You could slide a key in, and you could get into the gym whenever you wanted. And they didn't have that at Butler at the time. It was a smaller campus, not as much money to fund the facilities and everything. So that was a problem for me, because I liked, especially when I wasn't playing, I'd go into the gym at 2 a.m., 2 in the morning, and just go get up shots just to help my mind. You know,
without any sleep?
Sometimes, yeah. I was in the gym all the time. Yeah, especially my year off. You know, because I wasn't playing, I didn't have to worry about, you know, being tired for the game or, you know, anything like that. So I would just put as much effort as possible I was always in there. And so I talked to him, and we finally got it figured out to where, you know, we could get into the gym at 24/7 anytime we wanted. So we had guys. It was good because it led guys, you know, I'd bring guys in there with me to work on our shots or do extra work, and it helped our team because, you know, we'd be in there at 5 a.m. before class or 6 a.m. or, you know, we'd go in late at night and play pickup or play 3-on-3 or rebound for each other and get up shots. So it was a good thing.
Where you had whole night spent in the gym?
Yeah. I mean, I would probably every time I'd go
after evening practice till morning practice. The whole
night?
I'd
put, a normal day for me, I would shoot, you know, an hour or two before practice, have practice, go eat dinner, and then come back for another 2 hours and get up more shots. I mean, I was a gym rat.
Gym rat, that's the expression I also found in your biography.
Yeah.
It was by Brad Stevens.
Yeah.
Gym rat.
Yeah.
That's a great nickname.
Yeah.
It really suits you.
Yeah. I mean, it's something I've always done. I've just kind of had that work ethic to where, you know, just anytime I can, I get up extra shots just to make sure it prepares me mentally, knowing that if I put in the work, then the work will eventually pay off. So
on a game.
Yeah.
So it means that you feel more comfortably on the game when you had in your mind that, okay, I practiced well last week.
I think so.
Prepared.
Yeah. I mean, to the point to where I was kind of drive myself crazy. Just if I didn't get extra shots in, I might think, oh, I'm not prepared for this game.
Okay.
You know, I'm frustrated, or, you know, so if I knew I was always getting in the gym and I was getting my shots up, I'd be like, okay, if I have a bad shooting game, I have a bad shooting game. I know that I was at least prepared.
Just in by the game. Okay.
You know, everybody's going to have a bad shooting game, but as long as you keep putting in the work, it'll eventually pay off. It's going to eventually pay off. So that was what was in my mind.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. It's a bit scary in case of, for example, you are injured and out for a practice or two, and you didn't have a chance to take your shots. Yeah. And there is a game up. Yeah. Let's say by today's.
Yeah.
Hey, oh my God! I didn't shoot this number of shots I planned.
And I was a little immature then too, just being younger. Now I realize, you know, you put in all the work, and I've shot so many shots that muscle memory is just there. Like it just kind of takes over. Like I know, you know, if I miss a shot, I know what I did wrong, or I know everything about, you know, my form and my technique. So it's just kind of feel that it's there now.
Impressive. Where is the place of God in your life? You're a father. You're a basketball player. You're a believer. Yep. I don't want you to put into these 3 points into hierarchy or something. No, it's not a point. Yeah. But where is this? Where is God, for example, when you shoot, when you had a bad night, when you had a great game?
Yeah. That's a good question. Yeah. You know, I think for me the best way to answer it is He's a part of my whole life in my mind. So, you know, the way that I react, the way that I handle my kids, the way that I, you know, have a relationship with my wife, the way that I approach the game of basketball, how hard that I work, the way that, you know, if I have a bad game, I know, you know, He's always going to be there. I'm always going to have my relationship with Him. I can always, you know, go to Him in prayer or scriptures, you know. So it kind of keeps me, it for sure keeps me level-headed throughout life. You know, not very often do I, you know, go crazy too much, because I always have, you know, I have that humbleness and that level-headed, you know, just I know no matter what happens, no matter what goes wrong, I still have my faith in God. So I can always lean on that. I can always lean on, you know, that for everything. So I kind of go about, try to. I mean, obviously I'm not perfect. I make a lot of mistakes just like everybody does. But I can go through life, and I try and base my decisions and base what I do and the example that I set off of my relationship with God.
Wow. It's nice. Yeah. It's nice, but it's very private. Very private thing. Yeah. So not everyone wants to talk about so open. For sure, yeah. You won't. And I know you also did in your life. Mm-hmm. Even though when you were a kid, you were you were giving some kind of speeches at church or something like this. Yeah, I had a lot of opportunities. For me, I'm not ashamed to say I'm a believer, but at the same time, I'm not going to judge somebody who's not a believer. Okay. So, you know, I'm just going to, you know, I just kind of go about it, and, you know, I'm going to be who I'm going to be, and I'm not going to, you know, look down on someone who thinks differently than. I think that's the problem with the world now today, is when someone doesn't agree with someone,
it ends up being a fight or an argument. You know, it's okay to disagree on things and believe certain things and believe differently than others. So, you know,
people don't convince them.
Yeah.
So people just represent.
Yeah.
They state and just.
They just think that the way they think or the way they believe is the only way, and it's just. So I think that's the problem now today. But yeah. So.
When the game is won, do you thank God for this?
For sure. Even when the game is, you know, even when the game's lost, even when good game, bad game, still give thanks. You know, it's a blessing to even be able to walk onto the court. You know, there's I look at it as I'm so
leave the court healthy.
Right. Exactly. You know, I've been in situations to where, you know, obviously I had basketball taken away from me for a year. Wasn't able to play the game. It made me realize how much it is a blessing to be able to continue to play. So, you know, you never know what day or what game is going to be your last, and it's an honor, and it's cool to be able to, it's a blessing to be able to even play the game. So, you know, give thanks no matter what, whether we win, lose. Obviously, want to win, but either way. So.
I'll ask you a question. Maybe it's a silly question, but people think very you know, simply. When we got a night 0 for 9 from the distance, and in total, let's say 1 made shot, 12 attempts, things like this.
Yeah.
And there is a night after game, you're sitting at your home, and hey, what did I do wrong? Nothing.
Yeah.
I was preparing.
Yeah.
Why didn't you help me?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just, you know, it's for me, you know, being a Christian, it was never said that it would be easy. You know, you're going to go through trials, you're going to go through tribulations, you're going to be tested in certain ways, and I feel like the way that you respond to those and the way you respond to adversity says a lot about who you are and your character. And you know, okay, yeah, you have a game of you go 1 for 11 or 0 for 10 or whatever it is. Now, how are you going to respond to that? Like, are you going to get back into the gym and continue to work, or are you just going to give up and be all messed up in your mind? And it's just about continuing to, you know, respond to tough times and, you know, give thanks and have joy no matter the situation, and continue to keep going and stay consistent.
For sure, you had situations in your career that the final shot wasn't a good shot because you failed. It was just an attempt but not made.
Yep.
Then you have something in your mind that, come on, you could really help me in that moment. Why didn't you want to put this ball inside?
Yeah, but you know, if you think of a situation like that, then I could think of so many times where where he did help me, where I did have the, you know what I mean? Like, there's times that you can think of, you can look at it like every way, like, oh yeah, I could have got some help there, but.
In Anwil, Włocławek, we had a couple of real believers like you are. The last guy, it was 4 years ago, Tyler Hose, his brother TJ is playing for Trev Sopot in probably you may not.
I know of them, yeah.
Yeah, and he said a good explanation, because I asked him the same question, and he said, "Hey, God is number 1 for me, but basketball shots are my thing."
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, it's you know, basketball is, for me, basketball is just a blessing and a platform. Like, it's just something I get to do, and I'm thankful for it. So, you know, all the work that I put in, you know, if that's what it is. Like, that's, you know, it's you know, my relationship is strong regardless, throughout anything, good or bad.
Okay, I will read you some fragment from your biography as well. He continuously spoke to teammates and opposing players about his faith, and he even left letters on visiting players' lockers explaining what Jesus meant to him.
Yeah, I remember that. I did that.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was just something that just came to me. I didn't speak to anyone like face to face.
Okay.
So it was a situation to where we were at a tournament, and we were hosting the tournament.
Are we talking about your college or high school?
This is high school. I was 17, 18 years old, and so we were at a tournament we were hosting. So there were numerous games going on at our gym. So we had our locker room, and then once we played our game, another team was going to come into our locker room. So, you know, I thought it up. I typed it up on a computer during the day in one of my classes, and I knew a team was going to come in there after us, so I sat on every chair in the locker room and set it on there, you know.
What did you write?
You know, just talking about, you know, my relationship and how it could change your life, and, you know, just what you can do, the steps you can take to be a believer, and all these things. And I put those on there. Didn't speak to anyone. I just put them there. If they wanted to grab it and crumple it up, that's fine, no problem. Throw it away. So I just to see. And I got like 3 or 4 messages on, you know, Facebook, social media, asking, you know, thank you for doing it. Yeah. So it was pretty.
Wow,
it was pretty cool.
That was a positive attitude.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool. It was a cool situation.
And what was next? You met a person. You talked.
Yeah,
about
just talking to him on Facebook. Yeah, you know, in the summertime, meet up or do whatever. Just go for lunch and just have discussions. You know, so yeah, that was cool.
Have you ever thought about yourself as a priest?
No. You know, I've thought about, I do want to at some point when I'm, you know, with my kids now after I'm done playing, be involved in the church. You know, I think that it'd be cool to you know, we have in the States at our church, we have like things called youth group, to where the young kids get together and they have church together, and just kind of have them over to the house and hang out and play basketball and play sports and just kind of have a little Bible study or something like that, just talk about things. So that I would always, I definitely want to be involved in the church in some way, and so yeah, I look forward to that.
Okay, it's nice.
Yep.
Nice. It will come. It will come. This day will come when you will be out of basketball. Of course, I don't want you to be so quick, but
yeah, hopefully a ways down the road.
Couple of years.
Yeah.
But it's good that you have a plan for yourself. You know, as a, let's say, it's not a pensioner, but
yeah, I think it'd be good just because I can be involved in that and in my kids' lives at the same time. And yeah, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do as a profession when I'm done playing, but I think I'll probably go into sales or something. And everyone thinks I'm going to coach, and right now I don't know for sure, but right now I'd probably do something with sales or something like that in the States.
Your career, professional career, 3 years in Australia.
Yep.
And almost 3 years in Italy. And also a period in Germany and Belgium, right now in Poland. Why you split your career into, you know, it's a bigger number than in other countries? Why Australia for 3 years? Why Italy for 3 years, almost 3 years?
Yeah, I think Australia was a situation to where I was comfortable with the situation, where I knew I loved the city that we lived in, and I had my kids and my wife, you know, when we go over, it'd be the summertime and we were right on the water, and you know, it was a very comfortable situation for my family, and it was a good league to play in as well. So it just kind of had all these factors. So
what about the similarity between the cultures, American and Australian?
Very similar. Yeah, everybody speaks English.
Yeah.
Little different in terms of culture, but for the most part, very similar. So it was a very easy. I came out of college and my rookie year went to Australia, so that was a very easy transition for me. And it was a shorter season. You know, we played 5-6 months, and then I was able to go play
to Europe.
Yeah, to Europe and play after that. So that was also a key factor for me. So yeah, Australia was just very comfortable for my family, and then Italy was kind of we liked the country, but I just kept getting interest in Italy just because I guess I'd played well there, whatever the case was, and found teams that wanted me there. So,
which of the professional seasons you would say was the best for you?
I probably
recollect the most.
There's so many memorable seasons because it's, you know, you go from playing in games won and playoffs and things like that, and then you have this, you're here for 8, 9, 10 months, so then you have, you know, the relationships that you make with your teammates and the families that have kids, and, you know, you get to hang out with your teammates. And I'd say in terms of success was probably be my second year in Australia. We made it to the championship series and played against the Perth, which is probably the best team in the league for a long time now. But being able to play in the championship series and have a chance at winning a championship was pretty special.
Okay, and because when the pandemic came in, let's say February or March here in Europe, you were out for basketball for about 7 months.
Yeah. We played our last game. I think my last game was like February 20th or something like that. Yeah.
And when the new season started, everyone could think that the easiest way for you will be to go to Australia or Italy to play, because the countries, you know the countries, you know the leagues, the teams know you, the players know you, the coaches know you, the scouts know you, so it will fit. But something like this never happened. Why?
Yeah, well, Australia this year, they're pushing their season back, so they're not starting until January. So, you know, I would still be home for a while to be able to play in Australia. And I did get interest in Italy and just turned down those offers.
I know that, so that would be my next questions. I know that you have offers back in the summer.
Yeah, so I had some offers very early, and I just wanted to go a different route, you know, and I had a couple offers come up before I came here, and I just I wanted a chance to play internationally as well. With the FIBA Cup is cool, and obviously know this club was a very has a very storied tradition, so that was cool for me. And I was trying not to just make a quick decision and just kind of wait for the best situation to come up. So, and it wasn't really, you know, with the pandemic and everything, it was. You know, I didn't want to rush into anything and take my family or anything to a situation that wasn't safe or whatever the case was. So yeah, I was just being very patient.
Did you make any research about Anvil?
Yeah, I did. I mean, I'd always, you know, every year you kind of follow teams and follow European competition, and Anvil has always, you know, popped up with Champions League or whatever the case was. So you kind of watch games here and there, you watch highlights. So I knew this was a good club just when I hear the name. I knew. So, yep.
I'm asking because, of course, obviously, we are doing some research about you. And one of the scouts told us, he said something like, sincerely, I don't know why Rotnei is unemployed right now. Because he's a level player that he should be employed from the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
He said something like this. So we've started to think, where is the hook? Where is the, you know, where is the situations? What went wrong? But generally nothing went wrong.
I was being patient, and then, you know, I did make a switch with agents as well. So that was kind of a transition to where I was kind of signing with someone else and letting them. I had to make sure that I was completely away from my other contract before they could kind of represent me. So that maybe had a little bit to play into it. But yeah, I was mainly just trying to be patient as well. So.
And you came to Włocławek, you decided to move to us, you decided to sign a deal with us.
Yeah.
And you weren't scary in the context that there is some point in a contract that after a month you can be easily released.
Yeah, for sure. I knew that coming in. So I kind of came in prepared for the worst, honestly, and the worst would have been me getting released after the month. And you know, I came in, and I like I said, I was going crazy. I wanted to be able to play, and I wanted to be able to go back to work. And so I knew I was going to come in and work as hard as I possibly could and do what I could to help the team win. And whatever happened after that, then that was going to be okay. You know, if obviously I love that they extended me. I mean, that was the plan. I was hoping for that, but I knew if I was going to get released, at least I was going to be here in Europe, and maybe I could.
That will be easier.
Yeah, it'd be easier for me to transition and go to another team if I did get released, or go to another country, or whatever the situation was.
But unfortunately, we didn't have to.
Yeah, you didn't have to. We didn't have to go down
how it works. But so it means that you came to us with, let's say, just hope and belief in yourself and not fear.
Yeah, no, I had no fear, honestly, and I knew, you know, I'm confident in myself as a player, and I knew that even if I did get released, maybe it wouldn't be because of my performance. It may just be because, you know, we had too many foreigners or whatever the situation was, and, you know, the team was set how it was, and, you know, everyone was full strength again. So I knew coming in, even if I did play well, I still might not be here. So I was just prepared I was honestly prepared to be released. If that happened, then, you know, I would take the next step and kind of look elsewhere and go from there. But it worked out.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.